Having finished book one and thinking about the difference between truth and fiction, it might be an interesting time to reflect on the first really big, I would suggest, contradiction that Homer introduces to us, which is that for Telemachus, the person he should trust the most, the goddess Athena, is fundamentally deceiving him. And so I think that the question of the role of deception in being truthful is going to be an important distinction for you to carry through the next 23 books as well. And of course, we can enlarge that to think about in a sort of metafictional way. We can think about the way in which Homer may be using deception to reveal some deeper truth. And maybe that's the role of the artist in general. But certainly that's set up for us in the first book. As you move on to the second book, we will talk more about the Homeric epithets as we move on. But probably the most famous of the Homeric epithets is his epithet for the sea, which he describes as being wine dark. And we can talk more about that later. But the second most famous epithet is probably the way that dawn is described. And Emily Wilson here in the first line, she just says, "The early dawn was born, her fingers bloomed," which is a pretty unconventional translation. The actual Greek there to describe the dawn is rhododactylos heos, which means the dawn, the rosy-fingered dawn, the dawn with rhodo, red, dactylos, fingers, creeping up over the horizon. And I think that Wilson does a great job of not limiting herself exactly to the Greek that's being translated, but I also would feel bad if you went through reading the whole Odyssey and you never got to see the rosy-fingered dawn. So that's right there in the first line. If you found the truth-deception distinction helpful for book one, for book two, I would suggest you focus on the tension between agency, what you are able to do, and responsibility, what you have to do. And I think as you see Telemachus, but also other participants go through the second book, you will be exposed to some moments of agency when people are doing what they can, and some moments of responsibility when people are doing what they must. So keep your eye out for that as you go through the book.